Welcome to Locked into Lunacy. I'm Pickle Rick, aka the Juggler. How's everybody doing tonight? Let's talk about JCW Lunacy number 75. We start. So let's start this thing off. The Alciano Enterprise. They come out to the ring, and Vito announces that he announces his friend. Apparently, their friends Nick Nemeth comes out, and he says that Nick's gonna have a match with Mickey Knuckles tonight. Uh, Nick Nemeth starts making fun of how Vito or how Mickey Knuckles rather violated Vito. It's a big running joke. This kind of how do I put this? This I don't want to say essay, but it's kind of an essay storyline again with Mickey and Big Vito. Vito's clearly not as into it as Mickey is. Mickey talks about how Vito might need Viagra. Then Vito and PCO start attacking Nick Nemeth, but Too Tough Tony and Willie Mack come out to save him, and they're gonna defend their tag team titles tonight against PCO and Big Vito. Also, Vince Russo will propose to Violent J. Will he say yes? Let's wait till the end of our review to find out. Facade is cutting a promo backstage in an interview, and he says he's perfectly okay with cheating to win. And yeah, we've talked about this in the past, that his character, the name Facade is kind of genius because his character is basically a babyface who's really a heel, right? He's a heel that likes to present as a babyface. And I'm really shocked that the crowd in JCW hasn't booed him at all yet, you know? Um, hasn't they really seem like they're still on Facade's side. They're like, yeah, he cheats, so what? He's still cool. He still does awesome moves, you know what I'm saying? Um, welcome in, guys. Well, let me know what your thoughts are on Facade and his whole character. Then we got another promo from the Bray Wyatt wannabe guy, the Red Love guy coming to JCW. Let me know what you guys think of him. I'm pretty interested to see what he'll be like in the ring and what he's actually going to be like cutting promos and stuff when he comes to JCW. Um, the promo that he cut was the best one yet. The one where he's talking about bullies, and like 1 second he's talking about being friends with them, and the next second he's talking about like getting revenge on them physically. 1 minute he's talking about hog tying them, and then the next minute he's talking about friendship bracelets. So you got the kind of good back and forth there, like we got with the Fiend character with Bray Wyatt, where you had the Firefly Funhouse mixed with the Fiend kind of thing. That's the vibe I got from him, and I like it, man. Bray Wyatt was a genius storyteller and was gone too soon. It'd be really cool to have something like that in JCW. Um, then we got Facade versus the returning Suicide. And of course, Facade cheats to win. What do you guys think of Suicide being back? Speaking of that, we haven't had we didn't have Caleb Conley at all this night in JCW. The supposed chosen one just wasn't here tonight. Except he was Suicide, but so Suicide is kind of Caleb Conley's babyface alter ego. Then we got Barnabas and the Outbreak cut a pretty cool promo talking about how they're going to get both Cocaine and Stephen Flo. We'll get on that a little bit later. We live, y'all. Then we got Ken Anderson talking some smack to Big Vito backstage, and really disappointed with Ken Anderson's whole like title run. Now, I understand that with JCW's strange way that they have to book shows and stuff, how why Mr. Anderson might not be able to make all the shows and stuff like that, and might not be able to defend his title regularly. But can anybody explain to me why he's showing up on shows and not wrestling? To me, I think that's bullshit. Let me know if anybody knows or has an opinion on just the champ showing up and just not being involved in any storyline. Well, I guess he's technically involved in a storyline, but he's not getting involved in any match. He's not, I never liked this. This reminds me of the era around 2016-ish when I stopped watching WWE heavy, because it was to a point where the WWE champion was Brock Lesnar, and Brock Lesnar was only showing up like 4 times out of the year. It's not quite that bad in JCW, but I hate just like your main champion who's supposed to be like your face of your whole company, like barely ever showing up. To me, your champion should be there every night. I used to complain when Too Tough Tony would defend his championship every night, but at least he was on every show. You know what I mean? I really hope when Ken Anderson has his showdown with Cocaine, that Cocaine wins it, because Cocaine can make pretty much every show with JCW. So it's a very disappointing title reign with Mr. Anderson. I was really hoping for something great and thought he could deliver, and right now, man, he's just not giving us a good title run, and that's pretty disappointing. We just can't have a cool heel champion in JCW right now. Before Ken Anderson, it was Matt Cardona, and then Matt Cardona wrestled twice and then went to WWE. So sometimes in JCW, we just can't have nice things. Then we got J-Rod teaming up with Sophia Rose to take on Big Al and Danny Moe. And then the stipulation for this match, besides that they could use weapons, was that the girl that got the winning pin would become the new number 1 contender. I thought it was previously decided that J-Rod was going to be the number 1 contender already, but apparently not. Big Al scores the winning pin, becomes number 1 contender. Oh, one thing in this match is at one point somebody brings out Legos and slams them on the Legos, and that really reminds me of an awesome podcast that y'all need to check out. The House of Grim podcast. Shout out to the House of Grim podcast, man. They're awesome. They just interviewed Disco Ray. Their newest interview is out. They've interviewed a bunch of people from JCW. Vince Russo. They've interviewed Mosh Pit Mike. They've interviewed Man Pondo, Ring Rat. So many. So definitely. Did they interview Ring Rat? I don't think they did. Maybe that was something else. But anyway, they interviewed a ton of JCW talent. They interviewed Barnabas the Bizarre. Definitely, if you don't know who House of Grim podcast is, definitely go check them out. I have no idea why they're not bigger. They should be a lot bigger than they are. Just the quality and the effort that those guys put into it. Go and show them some love. Then we got Violent J and Vince Russo talking, and Violent J starts out by apologizing that he was saying before that he thought that Russo sent out Matt Cross against him, and it was Matt Cross that was going against Violent J, trying to ruin his company. Now Matt Cross is fired. So Violent J apologizes for being wrong for that. And Russo was saying, "Oh, I was just doing what's good for business. You know, if I didn't own 51% and try to get you out, then I couldn't do what I was going to do. But I always planned on bringing you back," kind of thing. Bullshit. You know, he's Vince Russo's character in JCW is kind of like this. We're gonna make you think he's kind of like a good guy, but like he's really a bad guy, and every time you think you might trust him, there's always a reason not to trust him, and we'll touch on that more in a minute. Yeah, I like this. I like the 3-way battle that this is going for, like the authority figure battle in JCW. You got Big Vito, you got Vince Russo, and you got Violent J, and they all want to own JCW, and so there's that cool like 3-way battle for the company in storyline. And then we have Mecha Wolf versus Disco Ray. Mecha Wolf, super badass wrestler from Mexico, but you know, not everybody likes super badass wolves. Some people like soft wolves, cute wolves that like to make videos about their stuffed animals. And if that's your kind of thing, like, you know, I'm not ashamed to say it's my type of thing. Sometimes I enjoy my softer side. Go check out an awesome YouTube channel, Wolf97. He's a furry creator. He does a lot with stuffed animals, plushies. He's a really funny guy. He's a really good friend of mine. So go check out Wolf97. He is a fox, so I'm not sure why they call him Wolf97, but that's something maybe you could ask him in the comments. Go blow up his comment section. So it's not just me dropping him comments. But yeah, much love to Wolf97. Whoop whoop. All right. The Outbreak attack cocaine backstage, and Barnabas the Bazaar is trying to intimidate cocaine. You know, he's got him down. He's got him where he wants him. And then the Outbreak, they take a bag of cocaine and they start they start ingesting it. They start eating it, and then the zombies high on cocaine start attacking Barnabas the Bazaar. Oh, dude, I like all of that, man. Cocaine fueled zombies. That's a good name for a band. Cocaine fueled zombies, something like that. Just funny stuff that you're only gonna get in JCW. Tell me you're gonna get cocaine fueled zombies in WWE or AEW. You know what I mean? We got Nick Nemeth versus Mickey Knuckles in the semi-main event. Nemeth wins. Vito's not too happy about this. He goes out and he turns on Mickey and starts attacking Mickey and everything. So I think Mickey, the way it looks now, is she's out of the Luciano family enterprise. I don't know if it's gonna stay that way. If she's gonna be back next week, you know, or something. If she's gonna be hanging on, or if she's just gonna be totally on her own or against them now, or what have you. But yeah, a little bit of drama within the Luciano Enterprise. And then we have the tag team title match, Vito and PCO versus Too Tough Tony and Willie Mack. Um, Too Tough Tony and Willie Mack get to keep their tag team titles because instead of fighting them, the Vito and PCO would rather attack the referee. So that leads to a no contest, and yeah, which I'm the ending of the match is kind of like weird, and what, like, why did they decide to do that? But like at the same time, excuse me here. At the same time, I want to see Willie Mack and Too Tough Tony hold on to those tag team titles for a while. They definitely deserve to be on top with how much they've been shelved lately. So then we get the Blast from the Past, which really isn't that good this week, I'll be honest. It's ICP and Sabu. Sorry. They team up against some guys I don't recognize. If you guys know who the Blast from the Past opponents of ICP and Sabu is, drop it in the comments. Did they say, and maybe I didn't see it? I don't even think they said it in like the subtitles or anything. ICP and Sabu win. Not very exciting. It would have been cool to see these three. That like every time I see Blast from the Past, like I'm a little disappointed in myself for not being a bigger JCW fan like throughout the years. But it's really waxed and weaned throughout the years from how like it's never been as relevant as it is now. And I haven't been a personality on the internet for very long. So I got into it shortly before Russo came on board. So it's the best time as any to be a JCW fan right now. So, and then the main event is Russo's proposal. So Russo's proposal is basically this: a match. So a 6-man tag match. Jay picks 2 partners. Big Vito picks 2 partners. If Jay's team wins, then Violent J and Vince Russo will own the company together. They can't outrank one another. They'll be equal owners. And if Big Vito's team wins, the same except with Russo and Big Vito. So either way, Russo wins. So this is kind of a slimy thing on his part. We don't get an answer from Violent J. We hopefully will get one next week. But yeah, that's been JCW 75 this week. Yeah. What do you guys think of Vince Russo's proposal, man? He's all like, no, I'm the good guy, and I'm going to prove it by making a scenario where either way I win half the company of JCW. That's just some... I like the way he's writing his character, that he's kind of some slimy used car salesman of a manager kind of guy. Hell yeah. I'm sorry, this came out a lot later than I wanted it to tonight. But life happens and you can get to stuff when only you can get to stuff. But yeah, this episode of Lunacy, not quite as good as some previous episodes, in my opinion. But I definitely liked certain parts. I think the highlight, and it really says something when the highlight of your show is cocaine-fueled zombies. But yeah, man. Much clown love to everybody that showed up in the live, even if you showed up for a second. Thanks for supporting me, everybody. I just reached 4K subscribers, or 4K followers on TikTok. I'm almost at 100 here on YouTube. Just need a couple more subscribers. Uh, uh, and we'll see if I'm up to doing some extra stuff. I don't know. Pretty busy right now, but I got the puppet stuff on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube Shorts, and I also have the Locked into Lunacy, which I'm hoping catches on and gets bigger. I'm really hoping I can create a cool community of JCW wrestling fans. I know they're out there on the internet and other places. Um, I know I'm not the place to go, but I'd like to be a place to go. I'd like to be known within the JCW fandom. Um, so let me know. Even if you think I suck, let me know. Let me know what your guys' opinions are on Locked into Lunacy. How can I improve? Uh, what do you like about it? Just drop all your criticisms onto me. Um, uh, I really appreciate you guys' time, man. Thanks so much. I'm gonna go add a thumbnail and add this to the playlist. I really don't do any editing or anything. I just kind of do these live and just post them. But everybody have an awesome night. Have a great weekend. Enjoy your spring break. Whoop whoop, motherfuckers. Peace.